and welcome to Radar Reacts. Grand Theft Auto 5 got delayed.
Delayed?
Ooh.
No, it got dated.
Well, oh, yeah.
Always look on the bright
It
side
has
of
a
life.
new release date.
September 17th.
September 17th. That's definitely not spring.
Definitely not spring.
Very far away from spring.
We were probably expecting the game to initially come out in, I don't know, I was personally expecting like June 30th.
Mm-hmm.
When is the first day of summer? June 21st? I was expecting June 20th.
I was committing multiple times to March or May because every Rockstar game has been May the last 3 years. So
also, not only are you 4 months after May, I think, is September, and they did say in this we know it's a 4-month delay, so you were right. But yeah, now it is September. We have the press release here. It's full of apologies and excuses.
So here's my question.
Yes.
2 months ago, we got the big reveal trailer. 2 months ago, they're like, oh, totally spring.
That's when they first said spring.
Yeah, and so how do you go in 2 months from, okay, this will be out in, in spring to, oh, actually, we need another year?
I have my answer.
Yeah.
So next gen, probably coming the end of the year this year.
Uh-huh.
There was probably talks between either Sony or Microsoft. Somebody was probably considering launching in fall, early fall. Those plans have likely fallen through.
Oh.
That's my prediction. So I'm thinking, because there were Sony said recently, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, we're coming out this year, but Microsoft's probably going to beat us. I bet you Microsoft was like, that early lead helped us so much. If we can get out the door in September, that would be awesome, and that probably isn't happening anymore. This is my blind guess.
So I had a different interpretation on this. I feel like Microsoft and Sony were like, holy crap, guys, you cannot launch this game when our new consoles are coming out, and Rockstar was probably giving them just some nominal, all right, fine, we'll do it in May. And then they were like, you know what? No, we're coming out in September. Because when GTA 5 comes out, people will be looking at the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 to get GTA 5.
Yeah.
They will not be as excited for the next Xbox or the PlayStation 4.
The more space between them is better for consoles.
This is a disaster for Microsoft and Sony if their consoles are indeed coming out at the end of this year.
I still think there's room for a November launch of systems. People can know.
Have you heard how big this game is?
Yeah,
3 times the size of stuff.
Well,
something.
3 times larger than your average thing.
Also, now I think about it, Rockstar's got a real advantage here. They're big enough to be like, GTA can't be over, in their minds anyway, they could be wrong, but GTA can't be overshadowed by the oncoming release of a new system.
Impossible.
While everybody else is, pretty much every other franchise goes, no, we got to wait for the launch of new systems in November. Yeah. So they might have a very empty September and October for their game.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can't think of a single franchise other than Grand Theft Auto that has the ability to take on a console launch and win.
Yeah, I mean, the only other things that sell that much, I mean, I think probably...
It's not even a matter of selling...
That's what I'm saying. Call of Duty sells that much, but whatever. Call of Duty's a dime a dozen. You can go to the store. It's I'll take 7 Call of Duties, please. And they're like, oh, here you go. We have, they came out this month.
We actually have 7.
They came out this month, all of them. One of them's declassified, so...
Exactly. But no, I mean...
I like how we have wildly different reasons for believing in this release. There's also the one that the game was really not good yet.
You think
and they were not yet.
I mean, that's what they say about all games in the lead up to launch. They don't actually start looking good until a month before they're done. But I for a game like this, it's been in development for 5 years, 6 years, maybe even more. It's you gotta nail those final touches, and for a game this size, the final touches, I'm sure, are the size of a normal game.
Yeah, I think that's it. Their polish period is the development cycle for a AAA regular game.
Right. Yeah, unlike a lot of developers that are owned by publishers, Rockstar still has the power. I believe they have the power to just go to Take-Two and say, we need 6 more months. Shove off.
Just mush their faces and kind of just leave.
It seemed like they did that twice with Max Payne, where Max Payne 3 maybe is on your calendar, not on ours. Yeah. We need 3 more months.
Yeah, and they may have just been in spring for some hey, we need a game in our fiscal spring and for our investor call, so we don't ask them, and then they're just yeah. We're not. I mean, Rockstar is the king of giving release dates that I seriously don't think they have any intent.
Right. And I mean, the thing about the way... I do say the thing about a lot. The reason why Take-Two is fine with this is because irrespective of whether the game launches in April, May, June, or September, it's still falling within Take-Two's fiscal year.
Right.
So as soon as it was after March 31st, it didn't matter to Take-Two when that game came out.
And that's why I'm thinking these September release date marks that we're not going to see consoles in September, because even with that, they were probably like Take-Two. They were probably like, listen, Take-Two, mush. We need more time. They're like, okay, well, you can have up until the end of September, but we're not like, you can't release after new consoles.
Yep.
That's bad for Take-Two because they want new consoles to succeed so they can make money.
That's
on
true.
it.
But at the same, it's just like Rockstar just has this perhaps Rockstar-like mentality. That they're just like, you know what? We don't actually care about what else is going on in the industry. All that's important to us is Grand Theft. And there's something to be said about that.
Do you think they gave the finger and walked backwards out of the room?
I hope so.
Yeah, that's our guess.
Just like told Microsoft, drop the mic and left.
Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin music started playing.
Strauss Zelnick will come in and be like, no wine before there's time, or it's time. And
Is that a thing?
Oh, yeah. Every conference call, Zelnick just is like, when's the next GTA coming out? And he's like, ah, ha, ha, no wine before it's time.
Yeah, I like.
Is he pretending to be Ubisoft for a minute? Like, we're the French ones.
Yeah.
Well, on those Take-Two calls, I always like when people ask anything to them about Rockstar, they're like, we can't. Rockstar is their thing.
Yeah, Rockstar is sort of the Blizzard of Take-Two.
So where's Agent? Well, we're not saying. It exists.
Yeah.
But as far as this announcement today, we also heard about they're soon going to be starting to talk about this online multiplayer component that they haven't talked about.
And maybe just the game itself, because we actually know nothing about it. Realistically, we know so little. We haven't seen a millisecond of what we could actually believe to be gameplay. We've seen in-engine footage, but no
that trailer that came out in November, there was.
I mean, this is what the game will look like when you play it. Rockstar always holds those off till late.
They don't like you seeing a HUD in their
That's the thing. Yeah, we don't know. They could have completely redone their HUD.
But yeah, so they said the next couple of months for the multiplayer stuff. Do you think it's coming before E3, or should we just hold out?
Rockstar doesn't care about E3. They're too big for a console launch. They're too big for E3. They don't show up for that.
Right.
Although also, you and I read this book that had an interview with Dan Houser, and he recounted taking GTA 3 to E3 and everyone ignored it and played State of Emergency. And that made him so angry that he was like, F E3, we don't need this.
In fairness, GTA 3, nobody knew it. Nobody cared about the GTA franchise before 3.
And in State of Emergency, you could rip off people's heads and hit them with...
Exactly.
It had its own benefits.
But yeah, no, I feel like we will probably get the multiplayer details before E3, just because their PR cycle is still probably operating on this, we're coming out in...
Yeah, we may get shift back a little to make room for something. But yeah, probably in maybe GDC.
Maybe.
Time, trying to overshadow the new console announcements or whatever.
We shall see.
Yep. So yeah, that's it for Radar Reacts. Grand Theft Auto 5 delayed. Let us know in the comments what you think about it, and be sure to check back for more Radar Reacts.